family, my name is Teresa Gonzalez and I am super excited to be here with you today to chat all about Abeka. So today I'm going to be answering a couple of questions, mainly why we chose Abeka Academy and how to get started with homeschooling. Just a little background, my oldest daughter is Grace. She is 8 years old and she is in 3rd grade. Haddon, he is 5 and he is in 1st grade. Emery is 3, she's in kindergarten. And then I have a 1-year-old, his name is Harrison Alexander, and he is just the cutest thing. I never thought that I would be a homeschooling mom. In fact, I always pictured myself carrying a briefcase around and having a corporate career. However, God had different plans for our family and we are now on our 4th year homeschooling and using Abeka as our curriculum. So when my husband and I found out that we were pregnant, we knew that we wanted to homeschool. And so we just dove right in and started doing a lot of research. We met with homeschooling parents, and then we met with graduates from a homeschooling program who were successful and had careers. And so I had an opportunity to talk to them and ask them, what did you like about your homeschooling experience? What would you have changed? What worked? What didn't work? And the most common denominator between all of them was Abeka Academy. So my husband and I both agree that Abeka Academy has been one of the best decisions that we have made for our family, and I'm going to tell you why. So first off, Abeka provides flexibility for our family. My husband works in retail, so his hours are not often consistent, and having the flexibility to tailor our kids' educations and their schedule to our family rhythm has been incredible for us. We enroll for the full grade, pre-recorded online video streaming lessons because they provide 170 lessons per grade. They also provide all of the lesson planning, they provide all of the books, and their teachers are exceptional. So having all of these resources available for us really gives me peace of mind and confidence knowing that we are setting our kids up for success. Number 2 is credibility. Abeka dates back to 1985, and for the past 20 years, our own church has been using Abeka curriculum for their Sunday school ministries. The fact that Abeka is an accredited academy gives me the peace of mind knowing that our kids are being taught by the best teachers and that they are being set up for success. Abeka Academy provides books, they provide video manual lessons, they provide tests, quizzes, diplomas, standardized testing, and this at no extra charge. So number 3 is the most important reason why we chose Abeka, and that is a biblical foundation. We want to provide an education for our children through a Christian worldview. That is what Abeka does best. Abeka believes that the Bible is the foundation for all learning, and a biblical worldview is intertwined in all of the subjects that our kids are learning. There are amazing schools close to our house at walking distance, but at the end of the day, I really won't know who is teaching my kids and what they're being taught. I trust Abeka. I trust that they are first and foremost focusing on a God-centered education, and they have a biblical foundation weaved into every subject that is being covered. If my kids are learning about science, then they're being encouraged to learn about God's creation. If we're learning about math, then we're learning about God and God being a God of order. So that really gets us excited, and that is just one of the reasons, if not the main one, why we really enjoy using Abeka Academy. When considering homeschooling, one of the big factors is cost. Abeka has been able to meet all of our expectations, including their price point. One of the things that I really appreciate is that Abeka provides a payment plan. They have a 10-month payment plan, or you can pay in full with a discount. They're currently offering a 1-week free trial, 25 hours for free of Abeka Academy for new students. So now that I explained the why, I just kind of want to share with you how to get started with homeschooling. And when I was getting ready to record this video, I just kept thinking, what would I tell myself years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago? What was keeping me up at night? What questions did I need answered? So number one, I would say find out your why. I know that we're living in extraordinary times, and a lot of us are having to homeschool or look into homeschool for the first time ever. So I would say, first of all, find your why, because on days where homeschooling is not the easiest, or on the days where stress level is high, you want to hold on to that why and remember why you chose this path for your family. And then I would also say to pray and ask God for wisdom. I ask God for clarity, that He would guide and direct you to the right curriculum that is best for your family and for your family rhythm. Then I would say take a minute to assess your needs. How many kids are you going to be homeschooling? Are you going to be the main instructor, or do you need help lesson planning? How much time do you have to devote to homeschooling every day? Then I suggest that you go on Abeka.com and you look to see what resources they have available. Abeka provides a parent-led option as well as video lessons, where you are the one who is teaching your children through parent-led options, or there are video lessons where they can learn from an instructor in a class setting online. Once you're on Abeka.com, you can either shop by product or shop by grade level. We opt for the full grade kits because they provide all of the books, all the lesson planning, the video manuals, all of the teacher keys, all of the tests and quizzes, anything that you need for the entire grade level, they provide that for you. Now, as the kids move on in grade, then we go in and we shop specifically for the next person. Let me give you an example. Grace is in 3rd grade. We still have all of the books from when she was in 1st grade and in 2nd grade. And that is huge because now Haddon is able to use most of the books and most of the materials that Grace had for that previous grade. That saves us a lot on cost, and it is almost nostalgic being able to hand down curriculum from kid to kid. That has been a lot of fun. When it comes to homeschooling, there are different laws in different states. So I would say to familiarize yourself with your state and familiarize yourself with the laws that have to do with homeschooling. Some states require you to submit a request to homeschool. Some states don't. For example, I live in Texas. Texas does not require you to submit any notification that you are going to homeschool your kid, nor do they require you to submit anything at the end of the year. However, when we lived in Nebraska, we did have to submit a letter of intent to homeschool, and at the end of the year, we had to show proof that we homeschooled. So I would say familiarize yourself with your state laws. If your child is already enrolled in public school or private school, you are going to have to withdraw them from their school. After you've ordered all of your materials, then the fun begins. I would say to set up a designated area for them. They're going to need a computer. If it's video streaming, they may need headphones if you have more than one child at a time. And the last thing I'm gonna say is to find yourself a group, a homeschooling group, a co-op group, a support group, like-minded parents who are also homeschooling their kids. This is key to homeschooling because you are going to build a community where your kids are going to have an opportunity to socialize, to form presentation groups. You are going to have an opportunity to bounce ideas off other parents and find out what they're doing, what works for them, and you are able to share your experiences as well. Now, this is the fun part. This is where you get to dive in and really embrace homeschooling to the fullest. So I know that there are a lot of us who are now having to look into homeschooling because of what is happening in our country, but I want to encourage you to look at this as a blessing and as an opportunity to pour into the lives of your children and invest in them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, I'm super excited to be here with you. If you have any specific questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, and that's at withlove_Terry, or leave them here in the comments. And as always, head on over to Abeka.com and check out their free trial, a free week of Abeka Academy. And that is a great opportunity for you to really get to know their video lessons and get to know all of the resources that Abeka provides. Thank you guys so much.